It's the JT Cho Show!
10, 9,
8,
6,
5,
1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the JT Show. I'm your host, JT. Want to apologize to my regular listeners. I get in these moods where I don't want to do anything, and I know it's been a long time since my last episode, and I meant to record it last Thursday and even on Sunday, but I got in these moods, and some say that's a sign of depression, but I say, get out of my head, Charles Xavier! But, anyways, went to the gym, bought some broccoli, on a little bit of a health kick, know what I'm saying? But right now I'm making some tea. I'm doing some tea bagging. Wow, I'm inappropriate. Anyways, so I've been drinking some tea, some Irish breakfast blend. I bought an air fryer for the Instapot. Boy, those chicken tenders last night were, nice. Fries were pretty good too. For dinner tonight, I'll tell you a quick story before we get on to today's topics. I woke up on time, went to bed. I got 6 hours of sleep. That's pretty well. Woke up, made yogurt bowl, had some mixed nuts and some raisins and a little bit of caramel or caramel. It was vanilla, no fat yogurt. I ate that. I drank a Mackinac fudge coffee with oat milk creamer. And I get done with that, and I go to the gym, and I get hit with this Matrix meme today. It was so great. My boy Cut hit me up. He was supposed to be at work today, so I had chores and activities like I'm gonna be hanging out by myself. So I'm gonna do my chores, and I'm gonna finish my laundry, and I'm gonna go to the gym and do an hour of cardio. Well, he hits me with this Matrix meme, and it was just like, what if I told you that I could stay home all day today and play video games? I was just like, oh, I'm cutting this workout short. I've been here for an hour and 10 minutes. I don't need to be here for 50 more minutes. I'll work out another day. So I went and got groceries from Meijer, and Meijer, I got some fresh green beans, some broccoli, some carrots, because I got that air fryer. I'm going to fry these vegetables tonight. I'm going to eat this huge, I already got them rinsed and they're just sitting in the fridge, and I got this huge proportion meal tonight, and it's under 500 calories. It's wild. And I'm going to be full. I'm going to I can't finish this, and it's going to be moderately healthy. Not that, I'm the healthiest person in the world. Excuse my interruption right here. Hey, Google, how much time left on the timer?
There's 0 seconds remaining.
Hey, Google, stop. Wow, I'm glad that we were all here for that. That's like when you hit the microwave right at the perfect time. Okay, so if anyone's curious, because I know you're not, all I do with my tea is I just add a wee dash of honey. I'm out of spoons right now. I need to get some, probably 8 Walmart spoons, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you really hear those sound effects. That's me stirring in some honey, And then I like to sometimes I cover it with a towel. I'm no tea spurt, but I've been trying to drink less pop. Soda. But, yeah, so I started drinking tea as well. So, what I wanted to make this is the 19th episode of the JT Show, by the way, and I know we are already 4 whole minutes into the program, but today is Tuesday, February 25th of 2020. February's coming to a close. Where does the time go? I'm coming fresh from the gym, had a good workout, did some biceps, but today's topic is going to be about my first time doing stand-up in 2 years. And Sonic the Hedgehog movie review. So on the description, I'm going to write down what time I start talking about Sonic. So if you want to see the movie, I'm not going to be like, here's what exactly happened. I'm going to get, there might be spoilers in my description. I'm not going to be like, all right, so Sonic, he did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. But, that's how I got through the movie. I'm not going to do that. I just want to tell you how I feel about it. So, I won't name the club yet. Just not because I don't feel like giving it a shout out. I just don't want to I'm not associated with the club, so I don't want to bring it down. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the club. I'm selected on their website. I'm pumped. I've been digging through my notes. Okay, I've been sitting here in pieces for stand-up comedy. I was like, okay, I got 5 minutes to memorize, and I want to time it. I was timing each bit. Okay, this one's 1:40. How do I tie these together? I talk about it. I get them arranged. I memorized my 5 minutes. I kind of rewrote a couple jokes as I was going through it. And this is all day of the prep. I got found out on Saturday that I was going up, and I should have wrote a little bit more on Sunday, maybe some fresh material to try out, because open mic nights are really for trying material out. But I had a whole bunch that I needed to see if they were still I didn't use completely old jokes. I rewrote a couple of them, but I wanted to spruce up that material. So, I memorized my 5-minute set, and sometimes when I get really excited, I just, I do that, and I don't want to do that on stage. So, I practice talking time-wise, how to pause for delivery, because every time it's not perfect, but at the same time, when you go too fast and people can't you're not taking the correct pauses to really sell that joke. You know what I'm saying? So. I drive there. I get to the club. You got to be, you got to check in with the owner, and then you got to be seated with all the other comedians. And who I introduced myself to a couple of them, but I'm kind of shy. But about 10 to 12 go each night, and he comes up and he explains your time. You got 5 minutes, no more than 5. If it starts blinking, you essentially just stop your syllable. He's like, you got to learn how to stick within your time. If you've got 15 minutes, you need to go not 14 and a half, which is fine, by the way, but you need to go 15, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I practiced filling out that 5 minutes, because I said, okay, look, this is me practicing at a moderate pace, at the pace that I want to go, and it's finishing at 5. So hopefully, I wrote an extra joke just in case I'm talking really fast, but I went probably within 15 seconds, if not 10, of the 5 minutes. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I get there and I'm sitting down. He goes through roll call finally, and then he said my first name is Jacob. JT's first name is Jacob. But he says Jacob and someone else's last name, and I was like, oh, there must be another Jacob going today. And then he goes through the list, and he's like, oh, I can't believe Jacob didn't show up. He's like, I had a big bag of money for him, and I was just like, oh, you mean me? And he's like, well, what? And I was like, well, my name was on the internet website page, and I drove here, and it's my 3rd or 4th time here, so I'm just trying to get on. He's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I mixed you up. And I was like, okay. So, I was like really scared. I was sitting there like, what do I do? Can I, one of those things. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like 4th or 5th or 6th. I can't really remember. It was all a blur. But I'm reading my paper. What I do is I write out bullet points. Okay, I'm never gonna read it off. So what I do is I memorize it, and then I write bullet points. So then I memorize those bullet points. And I was gonna walk up there with my card and be like, hey, I'm a sissy, so I brought this up. But I was like, hey, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And I get up there, I get introduced. And as tall as I am, my head's really close to the ceiling, and I see nothing but bright lights. Nothing but bright lights. I can't really see a whole lot of people's faces. And I was like, is this what it's always been like? But the club that I was doing in Texas had stage lights, but they weren't it was kind of like a lower moody bar. So it wasn't super bright like that. And it was I'm not criticizing the stage. I'm just saying I haven't experienced this in 2 years. So I get up there, and I was just sweating. And I was like, okay. First joke, opened it up, explained a little bit about myself, said the zinger, a few chuckles, and then I just looked out for a second, and I just remember in my head, I paused, and I was like, okay, what was I even talking I was like, just kidding, dude. You got it. So I went through the jokes and I don't want to upload it. Like I said, I listen to a lot of other comedian podcasts just because I take notes on the process. And when people upload their material too early, there's people that can see it and be like, oh, this joke sucks. This guy sucks. And I wasn't the best. It's not like I smashed it. There's another comedian there who I think smashed it the best that night, or not this female comedian. She smashed it pretty hard too. She had a great joke about the French horn. But I don't want to upload a joke too early before I craft it into the best possible thing that you can create out of it. Hey, Cora, you be nice to Harrison Ford. So anyways, yeah, that joke's going to take time, and if it gets crushed early because you upload it on the internet, then you're never going to get your money out of it. So I go through my set. I did let a couple people watch it. They said that one of the comments was my first 2.5 minutes was better than my last 2.5 minutes, which is fine. My first 2.5 minutes was more solid material. My last 2.5 minutes was kind of me developing another joke. When I try to go back, not this coming Wednesday, but next Wednesday, hopefully I get back on, I wrote another joke that I'm really trying to work. It's about the weather. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, like I said. And the thing is, too, like, okay, this is my first time going up. It's February. It's 2020. I'm trying to get on the first week in March. Hopefully I get selected. It's all at random. But, I'm giving myself till I'm 35, and I'm not 30 yet. 30. But I turned 30 this year. But what I'm saying is, sorry, this hat looks like it's way too small for my head. I'm coming fresh from the gym, and I like to wear hats to the gym because my hair is never done. But anyways, I'm trying to give myself 5 years to see if I can do it. I don't have the skill yet. I've still got to nail the delivery. I've still got to work on jokes. I'm dedicating more time to write. I need to do sometimes, most of the time, I just stop what I'm doing and I just I gotta stop and I gotta write this down. Because when you don't write things down, you forget it and it could be gold and you could forever forget it and then you're gonna be like, oh, I thought of that 20 years ago. It sucks when that happens. But I need to dedicate more, I think an hour every other day or an hour every off day at least to write. Because the amount of material I have right now, I probably realistically only have about 20 solid. If I had to sell my material right now, they're we need 20 minutes for a DVD, I could be I got 20 minutes, no more. I need to write hours and hours of material. I need to write I'm guessing I'm going to need to write around 3 hours of material just to get a good 45 minutes to an hour. I know one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to save some money every month. By the time I'm 32 or 33, when I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, even if I'm not discovered, let's say for instance, look, I've got the drive. And I know I can get the talent if I just keep at it. But what I'm saying is, even if I don't make it big, I'm still going to film a special and I'm still going to release it. So if I film an hour special and I cut and edit it and no one wants to buy it, I'm just going to upload it to YouTube and you can buy it for digital download and I'll figure it out. But I do want to do a special because, that'd be cool. At least you tried, you can try open mic your whole life, but, dude, try to do a special. Pay the money, rent the stage out. Promote it. It wouldn't be that hard. Just, it's I lost my dog, but you're just leaving a bulletin for hey, go see this amateur guy do an hour. He might bomb. This might be bring your phones. And this might be the craziest thing, on YouTube when he fails, you know what I'm saying? But by the time I'm 32 or 33, depending on what I'm doing in life, I want to I'd probably have to rent out a small theater, hey, can I rent out this elementary school gym? But whatever. If I ever get to the point where I get to do a Netflix or an HBO special or even a Comedy Central special, I want to do it at the Fox Theater. I want my intro to be kind of like seeing my roots. I want Eminem to somehow get involved in there, you know what I'm saying? And then I want to show off like the features of Fox, because if you've never been to the Fox Theater in Detroit, you're not living life. It's beautifully handmade, it's handcrafted, it's just got restored, it's beautiful on the inside, and it's great. It's like a little hidden gem in Detroit too. It's right across the street from Comerica Park, but it's pretty great. By the way, I bought my first ticket for the season behind home plate for the Houston Astros game. More to come on that. We'll be talking a little bit of baseball coming up. I don't really like to talk about a whole lot of spring training because who really cares at this point? I mean, they're just watching prospects hit home runs in high school parks, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, back to stand-up. So, overall, the guy who went before me, when he was going before me, my heart was almost like I couldn't hear sound. I was just like, in my head, I was like, okay, so I was like, you start off with like breathing, okay, I'm like, okay, you got it, no big deal. And then I was just like, in order, like, kind of how my jokes went. I said, okay, single, ginger, overweight, anime, punchline, pause, and then I was like, okay, and then what comes up to that pause? And I was like, okay, Harry Potter, good. What comes next? Okay, Emma Watson. What's next? And then like that's how I like kind of remember it. And so I was going over my head, and I feel bad. I didn't go there not to pay attention. I pay attention to everybody else. Hold on, but I was just like trying to, I didn't want to bomb, because I did this at Central Michigan, and I did this at Texas, and now I'm doing it here, and I really enjoy it. And I know, if I can commit the time to my drive, hopefully by the end of this year, I'm doing a couple shows in Chicago, opening up for somebody for 15 minutes. You're not going to get discovered and tour. I may not even be good. A real critic might see me and be like, yeah, your style's just in your face, it's not catching on, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I feel like J-Rock, I feel like I've said, know what I'm saying, like 15, know what I'm saying? I feel like I've said it 15 times this episode. But, yeah, it's a little scary sometimes up there, and especially when you look out and you see a bunch of blank faces. And there's a little heckling, not for my show, but there's a little heckling for the other shows. I don't really name drop people like that. I'm not like gonna tell an embarrassing story about my friends. If I involve my friends, I usually tell them, hey, I'm gonna talk about you, but it's nothing crazy. But I kind of made fun of myself and introduced myself through comedy for 5 minutes. That was my topic. I got off and I sat down, and the show's finished out, and all that anxiety that was kind of built up just completely like let itself go, because I did practice. I practiced all day Monday. All day Wednesday, which is the day of the event. And so I thought I did all right. A couple comedians came up to me after the show. Man, if Cut hears that, he's never gonna let me live that down, because sometimes when I talk, I mash sentences together because I'm talking too fast to think correctly. So, and then he just likes to burn me on those jokes. But I went up to the guy because I was like, hey, he's like, hey, you did a good job. And I was like, oh, dude, thank you so much, man. I was like, I've never met the dude, and he had some great jokes. He had the right, and I was like, dude, your energy was on fire tonight, man. And then I just kind of like waved at the table, like, hey, guy, thanks for being nice, But I was just like, hey, nice to meet everybody. I'm not trying to come on too strong. I'm not kind of trying to, I'm the best there ever was. But, I'm trying to get along with all these other people, because hopefully I interact with them on a weekly basis later on down the line, because you got to start somewhere, and you're not going to get anywhere just hating on everybody and not being a team player, you know what I'm saying? So, J-Rock. So anyways, as my cat chases the bread clip tie across the kitchen floor, we're going to turn to Sonic. And if you didn't notice, stage lighting. So I got to record sometimes when it's a little darker, so the light's going to be better. But I thought it'd be cool to use a little lighting effect because we're talking about Sonic, Sega. So it is 2002. So let me write that down. Uh, 2002. Dead air. So, anyways, right around the 20-minute mark is when I started talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. So, if you're just tuning in right now and you don't want to get the movie ruined for yourself, then just tune off, go watch the movie, and come back later and listen to the other half, or don't listen at all because I suck. Woo! Anywho, Sonic the Hedgehog, okay? So I woke up Saturday morning, saw the early show because I didn't want to see it with a lot of people because I don't like sitting next to anybody. Woke up, got my morning stretches in, let the DOGs, OUT, because I can't say the real thing right now because they're right there sleeping. And if they hear it, then they're going to want a GO, OUT, and then I got to get up. And I'm doing the podcast right now, the JT Show. Anywho, so I get there, sit 2 rows from the theater. I'm sitting in the nice seats, got a lounge chair, got popcorn, got my Coke Zero, and I know I'm on a health binge, but God darn it, I love me some movie popcorn. But I'm sitting there in the chair, seeing some previews. I'm like, man, SpongeBob. I'm sitting here like this. I got my drink and my popcorn, and I'm staring up at the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? J-Rock. And I was like, man, SpongeBob looks pretty good. I might go see that. So, previews came by. They were, they were okay for it. But the movie Sonic. Now, a lot of you heard, I talked about Sonic on one of my very first podcasts. Huge fan of Sonic. Talked about it in my gaming history podcast. You have to look at the descriptions. I should title them differently, but we're already 19 episodes deep, so I'm not going to change everything that I'm doing. It's already too late. So anyways, they remastered Sonic. They changed his look. They made him look like traditional Sonic, which is what the fans wanted. And, we're big crybabies. We're like, change it or we won't see it and we'll boycott it. But it's like, if they wouldn't have changed it, the memes would have killed the movie. Like, the movie would have not only not done well, it would have been murdered on the internet, right? It would have just been meme galore with that ugly-ass looking Sonic, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you look like Sonic. That's like, she should be able to stab you because that's girl, you look like Sonic before the remaster because, dude, he was just looking gross, you know what I'm saying? J-Rock. So, I go to see Sonic, and I'm hearing things about Jim Carrey too, right? I'm hearing, specifically with acting, he wasn't good in this movie. Jim Carrey has, the most face muscles, expression, skill. I don't even know how to describe it. He's so good at just expressing emotion just through his mannerisms of his face, let alone his voice. And he kills it in the movies that he does. And in Sonic the Hedgehog as Dr. Robotnik, I was like, wow, he did a very good variation. It wasn't like your traditional Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic games, especially Sonic Adventure 2, but it was a version of him that you can imagine wow, this is realistic compared to the reality of Sonic the Hedgehog. He did a good job. The movie, I thought, had stuff for everybody, right? It had things for adults, jokes, you're like, ha, 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 I'm old enough to get that. I'm 29 years old seeing Sonic the Hedgehog at 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't have a girlfriend or a life. But what I'm saying is I'm there. I'm like, I get how a kid would get that joke, and I get how an adult would get that joke, and a kid wouldn't get that joke. That's good writing. And they had really good nostalgia. Hope I said that right. Too, like if you played Sonic the Hedgehog 1 or 2, Sonic Adventure 1 or 2, and maybe even one of the new ones, you would get some of the. You'd realistically only have to play about 2 games, but there's like things you're like, oh, I like the way they did that. I like the way they named that. The movie story started out with the introduction, which sometimes can ruin the movie. So, they do the thing where they're like, hey, it's a battle, and here's the pass, and now we're caught back up to the battle, and here's the ending. I told you there were spoilers. I told you. But they do that traditional, like, intro, so you learn about Sonic and Baby Sonic. He's adorable, by the way. You're like, I just want to give you a hug. But emotional story. I'm not going to ruin it like that bad, but I'm like, oh, that was heart-wrecking, I didn't cry. But I was like, wow, that's pretty sad. And then you come back to Sonic and where he's been living, which is kind of funny because you enjoy the name if you, like I said, experience Sonic ever. And so you're like, wow, like, it sucks, man. Like, Sonic's a great guy. You guys don't even know him yet, and that you really see the way he's living, and then what happens to him, and how humans get involved with Sonic, and basically what Sonic did. He was, excuse the yawn, that is unprofessional, but for a blend of Irish breakfast, it is not waking me up. But Sonic, you see kind of like the immaturity of him a little bit, and how he got discovered, and why Dr. Robotnik was called in Dr. Robotnik, aka Egghead. But Jim Carrey did a good job. They did a good job too with like the weaponry, like the devices that Sonic fights. Like, they didn't try to create something crazy stupid that he's never, like, fought before, but you're like, wow, dude, that's, like, a cool-ass version of his, like, little egg pod thing that he always flies around. I told you there were spoilers. But they did a good job with, like, the villains, too, and how the story went, and what was happening, and how he's able to be tracked, and, they had their comedy breaks, their sadness breaks, their real-life breaks. They had a good side story. Good supporting cast. Good supporting writing, too. So you had stories around the stories. So, again, the adults are entertained. The kids are entertained. Good ending to the movie. Marvel apparently did this movie because there are post-credit scenes. It's not like after the black and white credits. It's after, like, their cool credits they did. They did, like, a Sonic the Hedgehog, like, retro arcade thing. I don't know how to describe it better than that. And then they did a trailer for an intro character, which I will not ruin, but I will give you a hint with my theatrical lighting. So those listening on the podcast, you won't be able to get this joke because I'm not going to say it out loud. Sonic, hint, is that right there. That's the hint for the post-cool credit scene. So if you're watching Sonic, the movie, you'll understand this reference. You know what I'm saying? J-Rock. Well, I blew through a half an hour of material. I thought that was going to get me farther into an hour because I like to do an hour. So now this is what I like to call freestyling. Some thoughts that have been on my mind lately. I want to play more basketball. I had a great time playing with Earl. I did that whole podcast on pickup basketball and what it is to be a center man. I was also thinking, like, what it's like to play bad pickup basketball. Let's discuss that just a little bit, too. I hate when you play a team, and these are just going to be all, like, maybe specific examples, I hate when I play a team that just fouls hard. Okay, we're not trying out for college. We're just playing some pickup. I like to play physical, but I don't like to get slapped in the face. I don't like to get dominated. I don't like a team that just. I don't really smack talk a whole lot either, but it does happen every once in a while. And my favorite is when I don't smack talk and I'm actually making shots. Like someone's like, "Go shoot it," and then I do, and it goes in. I'm like, inside, I'm like, yes. On the outside, I'm just like, I'm a mouth breather, but I'm just like, I just don't say anything, But I hate when I just specifically hate when you're playing pickup basketball and the ball, no one's moving on offense. Everyone's just standing there, and no one's running off any of your backdoor picks or your screens, or no one's trying to do any sort of intricate offense with picks, or they're just kind of all like posting in the perimeter. Those are just some of my hates. But if I could play basketball once a week, that'd be pretty cool. I have a gym I can go shoot at by myself. It's about 25 minutes away, and I'm allowed in there one day a week when it's cleaned. But other than that, like, I haven't really played basketball that much, but definitely trying to play some pickup ball. So if you're one of my listeners and you live in Jackson or surrounding areas, let me know if there's pickup basketball sometime, and we can go play for a couple hours. We played at 6:30. It was 6:30 in the morning. It was crazy. I don't want to play later. I'll play at 7. 6:30 is a little early for me. You know what I'm saying? J-Rock. But that's one of the things that I want to do for exercise too. I'm trying to go to the gym more. I'll talk to you a little bit about my diet. I'm doing the 80-20 diet. I've had every Saturday is kind of like your cheat day. But I broke that whole day of cheating into 2 cheat meals. So I ate healthy for breakfast, had a terrible cheat meal for lunch, had like scraps for dinner. I didn't really like eat a full size meal. I just ate like what was it? It was just some yogurt and berries, just a like little small bowl. I was like, I need to eat a little bit, but I'm pretty full from eating that terrible meal. Sunday I ate good. But then I just got this air fryer, so the other cheat meal was fries and chicken tenders. Oh, it's healthy because it's an air fryer. No, it's still Tyson chicken strips and French fries. But again, I just tried out my new air fryer, so I had to try it out. Other than that, my pop intake some days it's really good. I'll have 0, and other days I'll have 1 or 2, which is 2 pops in a day. It's crazy. They're Coke Zeros, but that doesn't make it any better. That's what I'm trying. Tea. I drink a lot of coffee already. Water's all right. Diet cranberry juice is great. But most of all for the diet, I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, prawn salad. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to the store for prawns. I'll just get shrimp. It's close enough. It's the same shape, a little smaller. Whatever. It's already fully cooked. Prawn salad. All right, I'll just cook these shrimps real quick on the shish kebab and give them some char, and then I'll eat some lettuce next to it with some salad dressing. I don't make the prawn salad because I'm not gonna put some apricots and some mandarin oranges, whatever it else calls for it. I'm like, it sucks when you try to make like a fresh salad for yourself because the amount of money that you're paying for like the head of lettuce isn't that much. But then you start getting to your vinaigrette dressings and your carrots, and you start getting all the ingredients. So like everything adds up to like $15 to $16, and so you spend you spend money on your dressing, you spend money on your lettuce, your tomatoes, your mandarin oranges. You make this delicious salad on day 1. You spend like $15 on the freshest ingredients that you just went and bought. Day 2, you're like, oh, I'm going to eat this salad because I've still got 3 more helpings of it. And then day 3, you're like, wow, man, this salad's looking pretty brown. Like, and then day 4, you're like, I'm not eating that salad. I'd rather just jump off a bridge and go get a Snickers. So what I'll do is I'll go buy a pre-made salad. If you go buy the grocery store brands of just like regular salads, you don't have to use their dressings or anything, or like you can just toss their chicken to the side. Or what I like to do is I'll take that chicken because it calls for chicken and vegetable soup for one of the meals that I like to do. So I bought vegetable soup and then I'll boil that with the chicken that I take from the salads, and then I take those salads in case, and then I put the shrimp inside the salads. Because you put the shrimp in the coconut and you drink it all up. So what I did today is I went and got fresh veggies. I got the broccoli, the carrots, the green beans. I chopped them. They're rinsed. They're waiting. I'm going to air fry. I'm going to eat them. And like I said, it's going to be less than 500 calories. And I'm going to be so full, I'm not even going to know what to do about it. I'm like, ugh, couldn't eat another bite of those vegetables because, again, I'm 222. I'm trying to get to 200 by summer. It's completely manageable. I just got to control these urges because, man, I can literally just be like, I'm just going to stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get like 4 donuts and smash them before I get into my house. Like, I live less than like a half mile from a Dunkin' Donuts, and I just want to stop there on the way home, get 4 donuts and smash them before I enter my house. But like, no, I didn't really eat them. If they didn't enter my house, did I really buy them? If nobody saw me stuff them in my face, did I eat them? If a tree fell in the forest and it was covered in donuts and I ate that donut tree, does it make a sound? Nobody knows the answers to these questions. But sometimes I'm a little bit of a closet eater. You know, like back in the day, I used to buy McDonald's. Like, hey, I'll go pick a McDonald's for everybody. You know, hey, I'm on my way home. Does people want McDonald's? And they'd be like, yeah. So, you know, they Venmo you some money, which, by the way, mine's JT of Jayville if you feel generous and donating to the show so I can improve and write more material. And if you want to sponsor me, that's great. You know, I'll wear a t-shirt, figure it out. You know, I will take a cup. Like, if I can get sponsored by this brand, I will drink out of these cups. If Camboya Music sponsors me, I'll use his cup. He'll never see this, so he'll never get that reference. I'm ready to sell out. But, you know, I'll go to McDonald's and I'll be like, okay, you know, this person wanted chicken nuggets and this person wanted chicken nuggets. We all wanted chicken nuggets, so we'll just do a lot of chicken nuggets. Okay, so we got 3 chicken nugget meals, 3 drinks, and I'll take a McDouble on the side. And then, you know, I'll take a picture of their portion so they can know how much money they need to send me for Venmo later. And then, because, you know, I'll front them like that. And then, you know, I'm not showing them the whole receipt. And I order it last. I order theirs on the top too, so then you can crop it out correctly, right? I'm telling you how to closet eat. And then on the way home, I'll drive and I'll just eat that McDouble real quick. I'll just like, this is the most delicious McDouble I've ever had in my entire life. And I'll never tell anybody that I ate that McDouble. Like, oh, I'm starving, I haven't eaten all day. But I just slammed a McDouble on the way home. Some other things that I want to weigh in on. The Tyson Fury Wilder fight. I thought both individuals getting to the ring was ridiculous. Okay. It took like 10 minutes. It was like listening to Conor McGregor's full song as he enters. Like, hey, your song started yesterday. I'm trying to get to bed before 1 o'clock. Eastern time, baby. Excuse me. But I was watching it, and I put money on Fury. He was weighing 273 pounds at 6'9", facing a 230-ish pound man. Heavyweight fight everyone's been anticipating. This is the rematch. This is the reignition. And I was pumped for it. You know, I don't really get pumped for a lot of boxing and UFC, except when they have big names. I'm not as current as I should be on everybody, but I do enjoy watching when I know it's going to be a good fight. So when I watched it, it was just, it's like Tyson Fury told the world what he was going to do and nobody believed him, right? Like, he was Captain Usopp. But he came in and said, no, I'm not overweight. No, I'm not going to get tired. And what strategy do I have? Well, I'm just going to attack. I'm just going to attack the whole time. I'm going to keep on attacking for all 12 rounds if I have to, but I am going to knock him out because I'm not going to stop attacking him. And he was just busting eardrums. He was just mollywopping. And it was a it was crazy. It was like I'm just gonna attack you, and they're like, yeah, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna get too tired. He's gonna come out swinging the first couple rounds, and he's gonna get tired. And he's gonna barely make it to 12. I just kept the pedal to the metal, and he had a good fight. you know, I think that's a better analogy than Stephen A. Smith, by the way. But it's not like I'm a professional. Um, it's not like I'm a professional at breaking down boxing, but as a casual fan as I am, I think that I did a pretty good job on that. But besides that, we're gonna cut this short. Um, this has been the JT Show episode 19. Some things that I have coming up in the future. So I'm at 311 or 312 right now for One Piece. So I'm gonna do another 200 episode One Piece breakdown, but I've been actually typing it out. So I'll watch I used to do it after every episode, but I decided to do it every 10. So I'll just type out more about what happened. So I'm gonna do it it's probably gonna be an hour and a half, but it's gonna be from episode 210 to episode 410 for One Piece. And then I'm gonna do that every 200 episodes. I'm gonna try to get some other people on here, do a couple more interviews than I have been doing. I gotta find more people to involve in this, and maybe I can get Earl to come down this weekend, and we can do a in-house 2-person podcast. But besides that, that's been the JT Show. I'm JT. My Venmo is JT of Jayville. My Twitter is JT of Jayville. I'm gonna be jamming on some video games, rip to the chores that won't get done today. Kobe, deuces out.